Give me 1 second. It's quite cold in here. I probably should have come here wearing more clothes than this. Hello everyone. So my name is Richard, and I'm a junior from Keystone Academy, Beijing. And before I begin, I would first like to apologize to all of you, because the truth is, I lied. This is not what I'm going to talk about today. I am not going to share with you recollections from my trip to Inner Mongolia. That is a lie. However, for those of you who may be interested, I have a QR code on the bottom, so if you want to scan that and read my original script. So what am I going to talk about, if not this? And that is an excellent question. So today I would like to share with you something that's a little magical, a portal of sorts that can connect you to anywhere, to any place. It's something that transcends space and time. And of course, if you're smart, you already realize that what I'm going to talk about today is our smartphones. And I must preface this discussion by saying that I don't wish this to be another boring lecture or a lesson from me telling you the disadvantages, the physical, both mental and physical, of using your phones. Rather, I will share my observations, and I will not have philosophers nor data backing them up. So, my bad. Last Saturday, actually 1 week before this event, I went to Universal Studios here in Beijing because I wanted to catch that Halloween event that's going to end November the 3rd. And after a day of playing in Universal, as you may know, your phone tends to run low on batteries. And that's exactly what happened to me. My magical portal, it was on 10% batteries. And to conserve it so that I can actually call a cab after I leave the Wanjing subway station, I decided to put it in my pocket and to look around, to see the people, to see the subway maps. And what I've noticed was almost everyone on that subway cart, they were engulfed in their phones. Their necks were bent at an ungodly angle, and their eyes were fixated on what was on that screen. So that left me to wonder, when was the last time that we enjoyed wasting time? And of course, wasting here doesn't refer to us mindlessly scrolling through TikTok, through WeChat, through our moments, through Xiaohongshu, but rather it means having vacant and empty time. It means putting down our phones, putting down at work our laptops, sitting there and accepting the fact that this time is unused. Thinking about things that we will not normally ponder. In today's fast-paced world, I noticed that nothing seemed to scare us all more than vacant and unused time. We're so focused on productivity maxing, so focused on maxing out our timetable, on completing assignments, on doing everything all the time. We want to get that assignment finished. We want to prep for our test, and we want to, scroll on our phones as we are waiting for that traffic light to change. But is that truly beneficial to us? I think not. Because it is only during these vacant and unused time that we have the chance to think about our purpose in life, to view the different beauties that goes by unnoticed. Of course, I don't have an answer to this, because myself, I also find myself looking at my phone. However, what I do have is a suggestion. What I have are the 3 8s, devised from my own experience and observations. And what are they, I hear you ask? They are decelerate, insulate, and accumulate. Let's start with step number 1. Decelerate, which means slow down. And what this means is you should stop worrying about the end and start trying to enjoy the mean. What does that mean? Now, imagine this scenario. You're driving by on the highway trying to see an ocean of flowers. They're beautiful, you hear. You can almost smell them, but you don't get there quite yet. And why is that? Because you're speeding by the sea of flowers. You're already engulfed by it, yet you don't notice. So slow down. Decelerate. Put down your phones. You will see that they are all around you from the start. And step 2, as we move on, is to insulate, to block out the noise, to insulate yourself from the flood of information that surrounds each and every one of us. And how do you do that? Insulate simply means setting obstacles for yourself. We unintentionally, perhaps subconsciously, always find ourselves doing something. We can't seem to enjoy vacant time. So set an obstacle for yourself. Lock your phone. Put it away. Perhaps, lock your homework away. Put away your pens. Shut down your laptops. Use these obstacles as a way to force these vacant, empty, unused time upon yourself. That leads us to the most active and the final step, and that is to accumulate, to take in the time and to take in the beauty that you have missed because of productivity maxing. And you will find that as you take in the beauties of life, you will notice things that you previously missed. You notice how technologically advanced the map, the Beijing subway map, is compared to, let's say, New York or Boston. You might notice how the sea of, those are not flowers, they're just plants. The sea of plants surrounding your campus seem to shine with a golden light at night. You might notice something that will go unnoticed previously, something quite obvious, giant panda in the middle of your campus. Life is a roller coaster, they say. You have your ups and downs, and it goes by in a breeze. And oftentimes, by fixating on the end, by fixating on all these productivity, we miss out on the amusement park that surrounds us. So perhaps try following these steps. Decelerate, insulate, and accumulate. And maybe one day, you and I will both recreate the life out of life. Thank you very much.